But we're going to cut along this where they have the silk screen here so that I can separate. Now, I like to only cut, there's your sound, Melanie. I like to only cut that and not this. It's called a backer sheet. I don't like to cut on that because I like to keep it whole. I just feel like it's easier to keep organized, which, Lord willing, I'll be getting more organized in the next month. And I'm sure it's going to take me a month. You guys, you know, if you've been following me for any length of time, that we moved into our new home just a little over 2 months ago. And I did the mad scramble. I'm still not unpacked. There's a lot not unpacked. And a lot of stuff that was unpacked was just put somewhere to get it unpacked. So I will be, you know, taking more time to reorganize. And especially the craft room and the guest room, I just, you know, got things so that people could come. I just wanted to be sure that they could have a place to sleep when they came and be. So I just cut those. That's all I did there. But I have a lot of organizing to do, just like we usually do. I don't know. It feels good at the beginning of the year to get started with organizing anyway. So this is the base that's going to go in. I'm going to put it aside for right now because we don't need that till the end. I do have one of my fuzzing cloths because I'm going to need that. Whenever you're working with acrylic, these are self-adhesive transfers. Some people call them transfer stencils because this is silkscreen in here. Well, that's why we call it a transfer, but they're sticky, and I want it to be sticky, but I will tell you on acrylic or glass or metal or plastic, I guess acrylic is plastic too, porcelain, things like that, it really, the sticky really likes to grab, so we're going to make it a little less sticky. Hello, Andrea. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us. And you guys, if you're new to my page, I would love it if you would like and follow me. I just love to, I want to inspire you. That's really been my goal all along. That's why I thought it would be perfect to put in the name, and my daughter helped me with the naming. I had a couple ideas, we spitballed back and forth, and this is what we ended up with. So I just want to inspire you to take, not just to take 5, but to try something creative. Try something new, maybe you've never tried before. If not mine, then something else that we're displaying on here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take off this protective coating. And really, guys, I'm just going to take it off the one side for right now. It doesn't matter. It is a double-sided surface, but obviously you can see through it. So you're not going to be able to do like 2 different designs. I don't think I need this for anything. I'm going to stick it over there. I am going to leave I think I'm going to leave the back side on because I think it might be a little bit easier to see until we get ready to put it up where we need it to be. But obviously they do that to make sure it doesn't get scratched. But the colors that came with this kit are Storm, so it's a gray. Let's see if I can get it without a glare. Storm and Shimmer Frost, which is one of my favorites. And I did not bring Shimmer Frost out here in a jar. I usually, since I'm a designer, I have most of my chalk paste in jars. I did not bring that out with me in a jar, so we may just be using whatever color I want to use that I have out here. Because I brought a slew of them out here thinking I was going to do a watercolor, and I'm not. So we're going to set that aside. I'm going to save that, and I'm going to save the Storm. And we're just going to use whatever colors I have here. Now, I am a shimmer girl. I love shimmer. So all the colors I have over here, with the exception of one, are shimmer. So we're going to go with that. And this is going to, I chose colors that are going to go with my decor. That's why I like DIY. That's why I like the flexibility of being able to do that, is I can choose what colors work for my decor. Okay, and then this is really cool. I've never seen this in one of the kits before, but they are now on adding this little card, and it's got a QR code on it, and it says scan for how-to chalk videos and more DIY inspiration. So that's pretty cool. I've never seen them. That's brand new, adding it in there, I guess. Like I said, you'll get a squeegee. That's a tool you need. I have plenty of those. And then you get these, we call these paint trays. They're reusable. These are great for any project. You use it, any kind of paint, chalk paste, whatever. These are perfect for that. I won't be needing those. So I'm going to set all those aside and save those for when I do need them, whether I'm putting together a kit to sell or whether I have a customer that wants something that I have in an individual packet. So that's what we're going to do there. I am going to move that to the side, and we are going to use this cloth to, I just can't believe, I mean, I even, in between helping my daughter pack today, you know, because she's been here, she got here the Wednesday before Christmas, that night, and we've been rolling ever since. And she, you know, she's accumulated things, obviously, through Christmas, but then she brought a bunch of stuff with her to make sure she had everything she needed for her and the dog for that length of time. And she's a grad student, so she has off a little bit extra time right now. She starts her internship when she goes back to school in January. But where she goes to school, they don't start back until right after Martin Luther King Day. So she had a little bit of extra time, and she decided she'd spend it here with us, which always makes me happy. I never can get enough of it. And so, you know, she had a lot of things all throughout the house. So we've been going through since last night. We were up pretty late last night, and then today. Now I'm just doing what we call fuzzing it, and I'm just taking a little bit of stickiness off to make it not quite as sticky. And you just do that a couple times. And you can, if you don't have a fuzz cloth, you can use some kind of terry cloth. You can actually use your clothing as well. Something that's a fabric that you're going to pick up some fuzz, basically. It's still pretty. I'm just thinking with the acrylic, I want to fuzz it because this surface, when it grabs it, if you go to pull it off, you don't want to stretch your transfer. And the other thing I want to tell you to keep in mind is the base that goes on this. Now this is reusable surface, so you can do this project, and then when February rolls around, which I have a bunch of Valentine's ideas, you could change it over to a Valentine. And when March gets here, you can do St. Patrick's Day on it. And so we'll probably be using this for many more. Maybe that's why I'm not doing the nativity on this, because when I do the nativity, it's going to stay. So I'll probably find a frame that I like and do it on that. But this I can change out and change out and change out. So that must be why I'm not supposed to be doing the nativity on this one. But I don't know, I lost my train of thought that quick. That quick, I lost my train of thought. I was going to tell you guys something. But when you put this in here, remember your base, sorry guys, I'm all over the place. Your base goes in here. So keep that in mind when you're placing. So if you want to, put your base in there, or put your arch in your base, and then decide where you want to place your bird. Now I'm going to place my dove way up high, because of course, you know, the dove is going to be flying. And I'm going to place him way up high. I need to pay attention to where my edges are. And the cool thing about this is you can see through the back to see where you're lined up. I'm not all that concerned about whether it's straight or not. I am going to put him up top because I'm going to put my words down here. So I think I'm going to be fine there. And I say him, it could be a her. It's got beautiful little details in the wings, so I can't wait to see that. And then I want to point out one other thing for you guys. So if you'll notice on this, when we have transfer, this is a layering transfer. Let's just say that. You'll notice there's these little, can you guys see it? I don't know if you can see it. There you go, you can see it. See those little, look like crosses right there? The reason those are there is you can go ahead and put your chalk paste on those areas, and then that helps you to line up the piece that you're gonna layer over top of the other design that you have on there. And I meant to bring out my little blow dryer too, guys, and I didn't. So we'll do the bird first, and we'll do this last. But you can use those little cross, I'm sure they have a name, y'all. If they have a name, let me know. Then to help you line it up where you would like. Now you don't have to do that. You could obviously, it could be anywhere in his mouth. It doesn't have to be. But this actually has a little gap right there for his beak, if you can see, right? Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, that would be cool, Mary. You're right. Yeah, with the wording, when you have ones like this with the wording, yeah, registration marks. Thank you, Melanie. That's exactly what they're called. Yeah, with this one, it's definitely, you can't see it from the front and back. It's with the wording. Yeah, I do like that. And what Mary is saying is with, for example, with the nativity, my plan was I was going to do the design on the front with the transfer, and then I'm going to do the painting on the back, and it makes it even more dimensional, which is really pretty cool. And she's saying, you know, you could do the design on the front and the words on the back, but you can't do that because of the way the words are. But that is a cool idea. Okay, so we're going to get started. What color are we going to do our bird? I think they probably intended for you to use shimmer frost with that, but you know what? I have all these other beautiful shimmers that go with my house, and I think the bird's wings are going to be a different color than the bird itself, but I'm also thinking that let's keep it very pale and neutral, and let that, guys. Now my internet's going to act wonky for no reason. I'm the only person here. And we're not storming. It is cloudy, as you can see. It clouded up. It started off beautifully and sunny today, but then it's clouded up. We're going to use Glacier. That was the color of the month last month. We're going to use that on our birds' wings, I think. And then let's use, I mean, I know it's a dove, and doves are usually whitish gray. Should we do silver? Should we do silver on the body and the Glacier on its wings? Or should I throw some eucalyptus in there? I don't know. Let's see. Which of those colors should be the body and which should be the wings, you guys? Should I use the gray on the wings and the blue on the body, or vice versa? Just tell me which one in comments. Which one do you guys think I should use on the wings and which one on the... And I'm also checking... Look. Do you see how that's grabbing that? I'm checking because it looks like... I'm trying to tell if there's something under my... I think it's on the back of there. I think it's on that. I'm checking because it looks like there's a piece of fuzz on my silk screen. And if it is, I want to take that off. The darker body and light wings. I like that idea too. Yep, there's something on there. Okay. So we're going to take that off there. I don't know what that is on there. It's not really coming off. I think I got a piece of, there it is, white fuzz. So if you ever get fuzz, some kind of obstruction in your silkscreen area, you want to take it off because it will affect your design. And I just have a very stubborn piece of fuzz. It doesn't want to come off. Oh, come on. I probably shouldn't be using... my own Mom 409, right? But that's all right. It'll be fine. I'm going to be watching this afterwards. It'll be fine. Okay. So let's get that back on there smooth. Let's smooth out our wings. All right, guys, this is not going to take long, so we're good. Don't worry. Silver bird, and then the lighter wings. Okay, girls, that sounds like a good plan to me. Now, this is a large area of silk screen, so make sure you smooth it. No bumps, no anything like that. So now we're ready to go. Nothing's in the way, okay? And I think I can actually even do it upside down for you guys. How about that? So I want my silver, my glacier. Let's grab one of my other colors and stick it under here. Prop it up. Can you guys see that okay? Because I can, because I put my tripod on the table. Mom 409, exactly, girl. All right, so, all right, so hopefully you guys can see that well. All right, let's get started. Tell me what's going on in your neck of the woods. How's your week starting? Does it feel like we're in the new year? Does it feel like I have had to write 24 a couple times? It's weird. But what is going on in your neck of the woods? What's going on with your weather? Tell me something, y'all. Tell me something. Okay, I'm going to grab a couple of my squeegees while I'm talking. And we're going to do his body. Her body. Is it a her or a him? I don't know. I don't know. I think I'm even going to do the tail feathers in the glacier as well. No problem. No problem, Christy. You are good. No snow in Minnesota. That's okay. That's crazy. That is crazy, Melanie. How do you not have snow in Minnesota? That sounds pretty crazy. All right, guys. So as you can see, I'm just taking it right out of my jar. This is my shimmer silver. I love this color. I'm just going to go along with my little squeegee across the body. I like shimmer. You don't have to do it. You can, if you were to get a kit like this, we don't have this kit available, but we have others on my website. You know, do what color that comes with it or your own color that you like. I just love shimmer. Ooh, you know what? I don't think I have anything for his beak. We might have to do his beak in another color. I might have to save. Maybe I'll do shimmer rose gold for his beak. That's the only other color that's like a lighter color that might be a beak color. So we'll just do that. We're going to work with what we have here, y'all. So I did while my daughter was, I have to kind of watch her dog as she loads her car because the dog is a very, it was a rescue. She got her in August. So, you know, it's only been a few months, 4 months, what, maybe. And she's very attached to my daughter. So anytime she leaves, she kind of gets a little frantic. And so I have to, no, she wouldn't go far, but just to make it easier for my daughter to load her car, I was keeping up with the dog. And then when she was loading the last little bit, she went ahead and put the dog in the car. The dog is a wonderful traveler. She loves it. Hi, Nina. Thanks for joining us. Yeah. Oh, you think make it the same color as the wings? We can do that. You see I did these little registration marks in silver too? I did it. All right, guys. I am going to actually cheat and peek at the back and make sure I got everything, but so you guys can see it. I can see an area. See, this is an advantage of using this kind of, look, I have a little spot here that didn't get enough. I can just add a little more before I pull it off. Telling you, I know my friend Jeannie with Jeannie's palette has been having double vision and some problems with her vision. My vision, you know, it's not great. I mean, I have to wear glasses and stuff for distance, but with this eye-watering situation, it affects everything you try to do. And the doctor has given me a spray that's supposed to help with it, but I swear, I don't see any improvement yet. Maybe it takes time, like everything else, right? Okay, now the shimmer paste does dry a little slower. It takes usually about maybe, you know, 7 or 8 minutes as opposed to 4 or 5. So I don't want to leave it on there too long. I'm going to go ahead and try to get as much done of this as possible. So this is glacier. It needs stirring a little bit. I'm gonna actually stir it with my squeegee. Take a little shortcut like I like to do. Welcome. Okay, so we're gonna do this color's called Glacier. So it's very similar to the Shimmer Frost that came with the kit, except it has a little more blue undertones. And this was the color that I had for November. This month, the colors of the month, we offer a new color of the month every month. And this is the first time we're offering an ink. And not only are we offering an ink, we're offering a palette packet of ink. And not only a palette packet of ink, but color changing ink, y'all. It's ink that changes color in the sun. So this is a first for chalk, and it's pretty exciting. Pretty kind of neat concept. It's like that Del Sol, if you've ever seen that, color changing stuff. Or I think, shoot, who was it that was saying back in the, was it the 80s or 90s, the color changing stuff? Y'all remember that? I was a teenager. in the 80s and a young adult in the 90s, so tell him my age. So I'm just putting it on and pulling off any extra, making sure I've covered everything. And then we gotta get this off of here so our paste doesn't dry in our transfer. We definitely don't want that to happen because then our image won't be as pretty. All right, I think we're good. I think we're good. Let's do it. So here we go. Everything's covered. You ready? Like a mood ring. Oh my God, I love mood rings. They were awesome. Were they not, Melanie? Mood rings are the best. Except that they turned your finger green. But, all right, guys. I am pulling gently because this is still, even though I fuzzed it, the acrylic is really wanting to hold on to my the sticky part. And I do not want to stretch my transfer because I want to be able to use this again. I mean, this is going to be a great item for my inventory. Because number one, it's got this gorgeous bird that you could use with any kind of project, but also lots of projects. Like I could do a garden fly with this piece on earth. I'm just working it off gently. Can you guys see it? I don't want to go too fast, and I don't want to smear. I'm trying to find a good place to put my hand. Now, the cool thing about these silk screens are we can add a lot of details in. Little details that are hard to get otherwise. The ice machine is singing for y'all. Can you hear the ice machine on the refrigerator? Okay, come on. There we go. Now, you'll also notice, you see how that curled some? That's how you can tell it was, you're holding your breath. Thank you, Melanie. Hey, Tammy, how are you? Hi, Cynthia. Thanks for joining us. Look at this. I miss mood rings, too. My daughter and I look at them every time we go. Is that gorgeous, y'all? Look at that. I know you can't tell that that has a blue hint to it, but it does. Isn't that beautiful? I know. Transfer magic, Melanie. But look, how it's curled some, it's because it grabbed it so tight. Now, I will set that aside and spray some water on it, take it to the sink and wash it, and it'll be fine. But I did not stretch any of my silk screen, so that's a good thing. So we're going to go ahead and work on the bottom part. We're just going to be careful. I say we as a collective we. Y'all say a little prayer for me. I'm going to try really hard to be careful and mindful of what I'm doing so that I don't get the I don't smear that, because I forgot to bring my dryer out. I was going to grab that too, and it was in a different place, and I'm like, oh yeah, don't forget that, Susan. And then my husband called right before. At least he called beforehand this time instead of during, guys. Most of the time, but he was on the road and he had a minute to call, so he called. He's like, oh, because listen to this. I got to tell you guys this. Okay, so we're going to put the piece on earth on here next. I'm going to go ahead and start fuzzing that, and I need you guys to help me pick out a color. Okay, I pulled out some colors. I pulled some colors. I don't really want to do black, so I'm not going to use that. I was going to do that for the outline that I thought I was going to be doing. These are some colors that I have chosen to bring out. I don't know about the purple. I don't know. These are the colors that I chose. I can use these for Peace on Earth. I'll probably use the eucalyptus. Let me take that away, because I'll probably use that on the leaf that our dove is going to carry. So let's go with this. Always send a text. Oh, he doesn't read them. And I put it on. Yeah, he doesn't read them. Hey, Heather, how are you, friend? He doesn't read them, but it's a great idea. I can even tell him and he'll still call. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Mary, you know how they can be sometimes. Stained glass look, you can create it on the back. Yes, yes. So you think this one, Lori? The tide? Okay, the blue color? All right, we can do that. What I was going to show you was a stained glass look, and that was with the Nativity, because it's got a stained glass behind it. And so what you would do, and I'll probably do a video of this when I find the right frame to put it on. I'll just get a picture frame, a glass picture frame. So I'm going to take this off right now. Put it here. I'll go ahead and pull this off since I'm doing it in a minute. And you would do the design on the front, and that's why I had the black. I was going to do the design on the front in black because it's a lot of outlining. And then I was going to flip the acrylic over, and I had all my paint brushes, and I had all these shimmers, and I was going to paint in the stained glass from the back. So that's what I was going to do. I thought I was going to do that project. Oh, I forgot I had this purple too. Yeah, that's what I thought I was going to do, but I can't do it with this one because it's not the same kind of transfer. It doesn't have a lot of openings. But I got to tell you guys, this is so funny. So I did text my husband after my daughter left. I said, okay, she's on the road, say a prayer. And her dog is such a good traveler. She loves to go, and she just lays there so calmly. She's so nice about traveling. Mine is getting there, but he's much better than he was, but he's not the best. He's a little more higher energy dog anyway. And so anyway, they have become best buds. And he when they left, we were standing outside and I waved to her, and I always give her, I do this, I've always done that to my kids before they leave when they're driving off. Ever since they've been driving. And we were standing there watching, and I was going to change something at the mailbox. I took the garden flag, the Christmas garden flag down. I was going to put the winter one up and a couple of things while I was out there. And I had him on the leash, and he was standing there, and he was just watching the car as it left and went all the way down the road. He just kept staring and looking at it like, is it coming back? Are they coming back? I'm like, buddy, they're not coming back. And then my daughter, I get inside. I didn't have my phone on me. My daughter had called, and I'm like, that's weird. I hope everything's all right. She had just left, and she said, Mom, I had to call you because her dog, when we said goodbye to her, she was just laying there on her dog bed in the back of my daughter's car and didn't even get up or anything. But then when she said when they left, as she got to the end of the street, the dog stood up and started looking out the back window. And when she called me and I had her on speakerphone, and we had just come back inside, and my dog started crying. And I was like, oh my gosh. She said I was almost in tears. I said, oh my gosh. I already have a hard enough time not crying my eyes out when they leave, you know, when any of the babies leave. But she told me that, and I was like, oh my gosh, you're kidding me. Okay, guys. So what I also need to be careful about is that this is sticky here, and I don't want it to pull that up. So I need to kind of see where the base is going to be, but then also not get sticky, not get the backer of my transfer on the part that I just chalked. I probably should have chalked that first, y'all. Okay, hindsight's 2020. Yeah, they were so sad. So I texted my husband that, and he wanted to call. He's like, so he's sad? I said, yeah, you got a bunch of sad folks over here, me and the dog. So, you know, it's hard to say. It's not goodbye. Our granddad used to always say, it's not goodbye, it's so long. So, you know, so long for now. All right, guys, I think I can put this on here without getting it where it will touch there. And now I'm just going to kind of look and see if that looks centered and straight. Oh my gosh, you guys. It might snow here in North Carolina because that looks like it's right, almost perfect the first time. Okay, so smooth that and put it down. I can't 100% tell. I think that looks straight. We're gonna go for it. Oh yeah, the cats. Yeah, that's a whole different thing. That's a whole different story. I know my daughter, when she moved into the home she's living in now, she had a roommate for a little while. From one of her college roommates joined her there for a while, and she had a cat. And my grandson went up with me and my oldest son to help my daughter move in, and he loved on that cat the entire time. He would not leave that cat alone. So I'm sure that when we left, that cat probably breathed a huge sigh of relief as well. Cats are definitely different creatures than the dogs. Okay, so this color is tied, and this is going to go in with my scheme as well. I don't think, do I have one of my, I don't have one of my cushions even for the chair is this color. So we're going to use this color on the words, and that's going to make it really stand out. And then what would also be cool for this, guys, is to put like a tea light or a light behind it. You could even do like fairy lights around it, but just to kind of light it up at night. Wouldn't that be pretty? This one doesn't come with a light inside, like some of them you can get. I've gotten them from Michael's before where they actually have a light built in. This one doesn't come with it, obviously, but you could certainly make it light from behind and make it really fun for at nighttime. So I probably will do that. If I could find like a timer light, that would be even better, because that's what I prefer. I love the timer lights. It's nice to get the cheap lights, but it's not when they don't have a timer on it. So it's worth investing in a couple of them at least that have a timer, whether it's the fairy lights or the fairy lights or tea lights. Okay. I think this is a good way to start the year. What do you guys think? Okay. Get all. Now, I do want to work a little faster with the chalk paste. Like I said, it does, oh, drop some. It does dry quicker than the regular, than the shimmer does. So there we go. All set. I'm going to take this off now. And really, the top part is probably just about dry. If it's not dry, it's probably very close. So we're going to peel this off, see if I can get a hold of it good. And the magic, and the magic. There we go. That's a better way to do it. And if it is grabbing really tight like that, I just kind of wiggle it off. There we go. And again, see how it curled some? That's just because of the acrylic. It's okay though. Just try to get it smoothed out. But look at that, guys. Isn't that pretty? I'm sorry, I got a lot of glare going on. I do not have the ring light on because I think it's my cord, you guys. I figured out that I tried on Friday to do it and it was, oh yeah. I use Do Not Disturb, but I have it set up so that my friend Christy was saying about the airplane mode or whatever. I don't do airplane mode. Maybe I should do that. But I do Not Disturb. But that means most can't come through to me, but the ones that are on my, you know, that I have set up to bypass that can get through. And so that's why. And that way, if it was an emergency, they could. But I figured out with my ring light, I think it's the plug. It's not the ring light itself. So I don't know what could have happened. But isn't that pretty, you guys? All right, so that's still wet down there. So I need to be careful with that. Again, be careful. So let's move that. And I'm going to put this on here and spray it with a little bit of water until I can take it to my sink and wash it. If I was expecting my project to take a lot longer and I don't have something else, then what we may do is, could do a couple different things. I may show you how to clean a transfer. I'm just going to spray a little water on it to keep it. Because you want to keep the silk screen clear because the transfers are reusable. Like the company will say a dozen times. Usually you can get more than that if you are careful. So you try to keep your silk screen clear, and that makes it so that you get a great image every time. All right, I need to wipe my hand. So that's a baby wipe. I always keep that handy for my fingers or my squeegees. I don't use it on my transfers. That would be dangerous. But we can use it on your fingers and your squeegees, just not the transfers. That could take the stickiness off for some reason. All right, this one, we'll see. So I even need to trim it up. Like this should be completely dry. And you know, really what you could potentially do, and might have even been a better, you know, I show this stuff so you guys can see the options, but also if I make a mistake, you guys can learn from me. There you go. You just tape it down. Yep, there's always a way. Actually, I have, if you're in my VIP group, I actually have a tip in there that is different than just taping it down, but the taping down, yeah. Baby, yeah, I just stay away from all baby wipes. I'm not even gonna go there, Mary, because somebody will use it and then it won't work. It'll be a wrong kind because not everybody's as conscientious about that. So I usually say no baby wipes. So I probably, in hindsight, would have done this first and then put the bird over top of it, because I think my sticker is going to go on some of the part that I just chopped. And if it does, I can tell it's going to go on the bird's face. So you probably should do this first if you were doing it. So try to think through it. I don't always do that. Like I said, I got thrown a little curveball anyway. I was expecting my nativity. I was prepared for the nativity. So right now I'm trying to see through here. I used a really light color, so it makes it a little bit more challenging. I'm trying to find my registration marks to line it up, but that color is very light and it's kind of hard to see through there. So I may be a little off. We're just going to go with it. And hopefully I'm not going to pull up any of that chalk paste. Okay, so for this, I'm going to use my shimmer eucalyptus, which is a greenish color, a very greenish blue. And I'm just going to grab my little detail tool. We do have some new kits. Sure, I have not even had a chance to look at it, you guys. We had all of our new launches yesterday. The first day of every month, we always have new stuff that comes out, and we had our new colors, like I was telling you. We had our new DIY kit that I just listed on my page today. And we usually have, it's my monthly subscription that was new. I listed that today, and then there's usually some new kits too, and I haven't even had a chance to check it out, y'all, because I've been living life, you know? All right, here we go. So pull that off, and hopefully I didn't pull off any of my bird. No, it's okay. It's okay. Let's see if you can see. See, he's holding his, now, like I said, I don't know if the placement might be a little off, but it's not too bad. He's holding his little olive branch. I'm assuming that's an olive branch. I'm gonna spray that with some water. Just keeps it moist, the chalk in there moist so it doesn't dry. You can get chalk paste out of a silk screen if it dries in there, but it's a little bit more challenging, and I try not to do that if possible. Ink, it's really important to wet it or clean it right away because, you know, that's why. So anyway, so that's gonna dry. I'm gonna go ahead and pull off this backer sheet now. Got these cool little tabs. I was so excited when they came out with this. Okay, I say that, and then it's not gonna let me pull it off. There, come on, where are you? It's not pulling it. Hang on. I was so excited when they came out with this. I thought it was the coolest thing because I already like the arches. Why is that not pulling off? I'm sure that's clear. Hey, where are you? Not pulling off that plastic. It did not do its job. That little tab did not do its job. We have to help it a little bit. Because I already love the arches that we have in the chalkboard. We have a white and a black chalkboard that I've done with these. I think this might be a little smaller. Pretty sure it's a little smaller. And, oh my gosh, come on. I'm trying. There we go. We got it started. I think that's all we needed was to get it started. I was holding on there for dear life. But I have done projects on some of the things from Michael's before, so I was excited when we came out with our own. And the kids were like 40% off, I think, when I got them. Or I already get 40% off of, but they were like even more discounted. So I got a super good deal on this. Hey, Donna, thanks for joining us. All right, guys, let's see. So it looks like with this, with the, you know, with our other board and base, I've shown you before, even with my simple shapes that I've shown you guys when I did my little signs last week for New Year's. They have a board and base. They have a base like this, out of this like just generic wood, already this wash, and they have a groove down the middle for whatever the design is. And that particular one and the chalkboard and bases and the archboard and base have an angle to them. It's not just a straight line, so that way you have it where it angles it back or front. This one, it looks like to me, it's just straight. So it doesn't matter which way you put it in. And then I'll lift this up so you guys can see. Oh, let's see. Isn't that pretty? And we've got a little bit of shimmer and a little bit of, and see, even though I did it in that darker color, it's still very, what's the word? It's not like super bold. It goes perfectly along with our guy. So now, like I said, when January's over, if I want to switch this over to one of my Valentine's options, then I can certainly do that. If you wanted to, like I said, you could put some fairy lights around the bottom or even a tea light behind it so that it can kind of accent it at nighttime. Or you could even paint this. If you wanted to paint this, this is just a wood. You could certainly paint the wood. Another idea I just had when we were talking about it being double-sided is, if I could at this point, I need to ask you guys whether you think I should do it or not. I could at this point, as soon as this is dry, I could take one of my chalk pastes and I could paint the whole back of this so that it wouldn't be see-through. And it would just give a really pretty, thank you, I think those colors went well together too. I could do that so that you wouldn't see through to whatever's behind it, because wherever I place this, whatever's behind it is going to show up. Now, I'll probably put it near a wall so it wouldn't be a problem, but if you wanted, you could even Mod Podge some paper on here, but I could take one of my chalk pastes that I have here right now and paint it across the back, and then it would give it the perfect backdrop so that you would just really see this image on the front. And then when it's time to change it, all I would do is I would probably put this whole thing in water, let it sit for a little bit, you know, put it under running water, let the water sit on it for a little bit, and then I'd scrape it all off and clean it off. It would be super easy to do. But what do you guys think? Should I paint the back or leave it see-through? Because all I would use to paint would be, I would probably pick, I don't know which color. I might even pick this color, Shimmer Rose Gold, and paint the whole back, and it would just make it like a background. What do you guys think? Should I do that? I wouldn't do it. I don't think I'd do it in any of the darker colors. I don't want to bring in another purple, and that's another blue. The Duchess is another blue. You like it see-through, Donna? What do you guys think? I don't know. I kind of like that idea. You like it as is? Perfect colors together. I don't know. It's just kind of I love that it's see-through, but I was thinking, oh, that would be kind of fun too. I mean, we can try it sometime. You should. Okay, everybody says see-through. I'll leave this one see-through, but I can't promise, because crafting's about trying new things, right? I can't promise, but I'm thinking that for Valentine, if I am going to do one for Valentine's, that I might, I may, on Valentine's, I may go ahead and paint the back too. I think we got to try it, right? Just to see. I have plenty of Valentine's transfers that I can use. Okay, so since this project did not take as long and I do not have anything else close by, see what it looks like when you put it where I want it. That's a good idea too. Like I said, I'm going to look and see if I have a little light that I can kind of put behind it too, so at nighttime it'll make it really pretty. Because, you know, we need some more glow. That's why I leave a lot of my, like, winter, I have winter decor, is because it gets so boring after Christmas that you need something, especially, you know, when it gets quiet like it is here. I need something to be cheery, right? when everything starts getting gloomy. Okay, so I'm going to show you how we clean this since I have a little bit of extra time. I'll put this in front. And I think you can see through what I'm doing. So let me wrap these in this. All of this stuff can be cleaned in the sink. Hi, Gloria. Thanks for joining me. All of this stuff can be cleaned in the sink with cool water, cool running water. And I highly suggest a board eraser. And this is what a board eraser looks like. We sell these in a 2-pack. These are like magic. They're called a board eraser, but they're also a transfer cleaner. I use them probably more for cleaning transfers than I do for boards because I don't do as many chalkboards. But these are perfect for getting the shadow off of a chalkboard. I've shared that before as well. And look, I'm just using this baby wipe because I have it here to clean my squeegees. But again, I will take these to the sink. You can even throw your squeegees in the dishwasher, you guys. I don't know if you know that or not, but you can. But I use a baby wipe a lot of times if I have one close by, especially if I'm reusing the same squeegee. For example, with this kit where you get the one squeegee and you have to do a couple different colors, you can just use a baby wipe and clean it off in between. You don't have to go wash it. So a baby wipe works perfectly for that. And I try to get as much of the color off as I can to do that. So see, now that squeegee is clean and ready to be used. But you can also put those in the sink. I do, for the squeegees, I add a little bit of water to them. And if you're not in my VIP group, if you want to go in there, I do have tips and tricks in there that make it a lot easier for you to see some of the things I'm telling you each time I do a project or whenever I show these kind of examples. But I use a little soap and water to clean my squeegees as well, just because it makes it easier. And I actually you can use like a soft toothbrush on your squeegees, just put a little soap on it and scrub it up. That's what I do. That's what I do. Especially with the shimmer because it's a little more, it's the gritty and I feel like it doesn't come off as easily as the other regular chalk paste does. So sometimes you need that little bit of extra with the toothbrush and it gets in those little grooves of the logo too. So, but again, I know a lot of people who just stick them in the dishwasher. I have not done that yet. Now, I hope you guys will go back and watch replays of anyone who you missed today. And also, if you'll tune in with us on Friday, because we'll have a lineup on Friday of creators, a lot of different options that we're going to be showing you guys. I had an idea while I was working on this, and now I've forgotten it already. But I know that it's going to be something fun that I want to share with you guys on Friday. I think I remember what it is. Yeah, see, this one has got more in the groove, so I need to get something a little more aggressive to that. So that's done. But with your transfers, usually you don't have to, this is distilled water. I use this in my chalk paste. So for example, this chalk paste is just wet chalk. And that's the whole idea, keeping it in a sealed container or someplace where there's no air so that it keeps moist. That's the goal of it, to keep it moist until you're ready to use it. This one has gotten a little thicker because I haven't used it in a while. And in order to make it more of the consistency of like frosting or cream cheese, like whipped cream cheese or sour cream, or yogurt, I add some distilled water to it. And I'm actually just going to spray it on it and let it sit. And the next time I use it, I'll stir it up just to kind of get it, make sure it stays moist. You can always reconstitute it. Now, only use distilled water because if you have it in a sealed item like that, or you're adding it even to any of your other paints, your acrylic paints, your chalk paints that you buy from Waverly or Walmart or any of the craft stores, you don't want fungus to grow in them. So, you know, tap water has all kinds of impurities. So you don't want that to grow in your paint. So what I'm going to do is what I just did was spray water on it. You don't have to use distilled water to clean your transfers. Like I said, I usually do it at the sink. But you can, let me grab a paper towel, you guys. You can clean them this way as well. I just sprayed it with some water to moisten the chalk paste that I did on the top. And I'm just going to kind of take off the first layer of that just to make it a little easier to clean. You're not seeing it that much because that was a shimmer. And keep in mind with the darker pigmented inks like this, you will get a stain on your vinyl. The part that is the sticky part is the vinyl. You will get a stain on that, but as long as your silkscreen areas stay clean, that's what and clear, that's what you need for a good project. So I'm just gonna spray these, and then I'm gonna take my board eraser over top of it and show you guys. Take my board eraser, and I'm just gonna. Ooh, I hope you don't mind that sound. So I'm on my last minute. I'm just showing you. It's so easy to clean our transfers with a board eraser as well, and just some water. Just make sure your silk screen is clean. If you ever have any questions about anything I share with you guys, or any of the techniques or products, feel free to ask in comments or message me. That's what I'm here for. I want to inspire you. I want to encourage you, and hopefully maybe even teach you something new you've never seen. But now, as long as my silk screen's clean, it's ready to use. I will let it air dry, put it back on that backer sheet so you can see through there. Put it back on the backer sheet and store it, and it'll be ready for the next time. So I hope you guys enjoyed this project. Thanks for letting me take some time to share it, come into your world and share it with you. I hope it inspired you, and I hope until I see you guys next time, please stay healthy, stay safe, and be blessed, guys. I'll see you soon.